Hello students. Today we will be going over 1.3, graphing equations from tables. So our objective is I can graph exponential equations and identify key features. Linear functions are in the form of y equals mx plus b. Exponential functions are in the form y equals a to the b raised to the power of x plus c. This is page 9, so it's 1.3, page 9 in your packet, okay? As we go over the first problem, you will see that you input a number, -5 for x, and you get 11 out for y. So I do an XYT chart. The first one has been done for you, so I'm going to just let you look over that, and I'm going to jump to number 3 on page 10. So we're going to go to page 10, number 3. Okay, so we have y equals 1/2 raised to the x power. Okay, so is it a linear function? And if so, is it positive or negative? Well, if I see x raised at a power, it's not going to be linear, and you can cross out the positive, negative. So then next we decide if it's exponential. Yes, we need to find out if it's a growth or decay. So we have our work that we're going to do here, and we put x is -5. And then we're going to show our work. We're going to have 1/2 raised to the -5. And the way you do that is you're going to put 1, A, B, C, 2 into your calculator, and then you're going to put y to the x power, 5, and then you're going to use the plus/minus button that's towards the bottom of your calculator. So once you put all that into your calculator, you will get a y answer out. And so if I grab my handy-dandy calculator and I go through those steps right here, I'm going to put 1, A, B, C, 2, so that will show 1/2. Then I raise it to the power, y to the x right there, 5, and then see the bottom right here where I have a plus/minus. I make sure it puts -5, and that equals 32. And then, okay. So then you want to do the same thing with -4, -3, -2, -1. I'm going to skip those, and you can do that on your own. And I'm going to put -1 in there. And our work is 1/2 raised to the -1 power. So again, with your calculator, I'm going to go 1, A, B, C, 2. Okay, raised to the power, so it's y to the x, 1, and then put plus/minus, make sure it says -1, equals, and that answer is 2. Then I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of positive ones. At 0, 1/2 to the 0 power is actually 1. And then I'm going to jump to 2. So 1/2 to the 2nd power, and what do we get? So we go 1, A, B, C, 2, y to the x, 2. 0.25, and if I want to change that from fraction to decimal, I do the 2nd and the arrow, and I get 1/4. Okay, now I'm going to plot those points on the graph. Okay, so -5, and it's going to be way up there. Okay, then -1 gives me 2. Okay, 0 gives me 1. And 2 will give me 1/4. So my graph is going to look something like that, okay? So, and if I do more, I can see that this is going to go closer and closer, and my asymptote, or my line that it will never cross, will be the line right here. So I'm going to put a dotted line, and that's going to have arrows on both sides. And that's called the asymptote. Okay, so it's exponential. And is it a growth or decay? If it's going down and to the right, it's going to be a decay. So circle the word decay there. All right. And the y-intercept, you want to put that in 0, 1. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so the y-intercept I'll put over here at 0, 1. And you can put that down. Okay. All right. And I'll let you fill out the rest of the table and graph that exponential function. Okay, I will also do number 4. Y equals a half x minus 1. Okay, and is it linear? Well, I don't see any power buttons, so it's probably going to be linear. Now we have to find out, is it positive or negative? Well, that's a positive number, so we know it's positive. Okay. We can cross out the exponential because it's not exponential, and whether it's growth or decay and asymptote because there's none there. The y-intercept, if I do my xy chart, 0, if I put 1/2 times 0 is 0, minus 1 is negative 1. So there's our y-intercept. So when it asks for the y-intercept, you can put 0, negative 1. Okay. Now let's go ahead and put negative 5 in there. So 1/2 times negative 5 is negative 5 halves. So we can go 1 ABC 2 times 5, and then you have to put the negative after, equals negative 2.5 minus 1, negative 3.5. And I'm just going to put negative 3.5. Okay. Then I'm just going to jump to, say, 4. If I put 4 in there, half of 4 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So then on my graph, I'm going to go ahead and plot those points. 0, negative 1, negative 5, negative 3.5, 1, 2, 3.5, right over here. And then 4 gives me 1. Okay. Whew, that's a terrible line. Okay. Anyway, it's hard for me to write that, but you could probably do a little bit straighter line. Anyway, hopefully you can get the rest of it, students. Finish all of that section 1.1. You rock!